Hi again. In this part, we're supposed to get the equation of the line. See, it says use the y equals mx plus b form to get the equation of the line from a few given clues. Well, remember that the little m is where we put the number for the slope. So we would use 1/4 to replace the m there. B, we call it the y-intercept, but being more detailed, we would say it's the y value of the y-intercept. Notice there's y-intercepts given in all three questions, and the x value is always 0. The y value is the second number. So b for this first question would be -5. For the second question, it would be 0. For the third question, it would be 8. If you know where to look, you can immediately write the answers to these. This would be y equals slope times x, 1/4 times x, plus the y value of the y-intercept. I could write plus -5, but I'd rather just write -5. That's it. That's the answer. The end. This one, the slope is 1. I could write y equals 1x, and remember that's the x value, that's the y value. The y value is 0 for the slope. This equation, y equals 1x plus 0, could be cleaned up a little bit, and we could just write y equals x. Either answer is correct. And the third one, the slope is -7/4. So I just write y equals -7/4 times x plus the y value of the y-intercept is 8. Now, I'm done with all three of those. I want to also point out to you that if I started by saying y equals 1/4 x plus b for the y-intercept's y value, and then I say, well, I don't know what I'm doing for sure, but I know that if I plug in 0 for x and 5 for y, those numbers are supposed to work in this equation. If the graph has this y-intercept, then it has to be true that when we use these numbers for x and y, they make a true statement. So if I put a -5 in there for y and replace the x with the 0, and then solve this for b, what's going to happen? The 1/4 times 0 makes a 0, so that's going to be gone. And then it's going to say -5 equals b, and now I know what b is. I can go right back over here and write y equals 1/4 x plus -5 or -5. Now, we did not need to go through all this rigmarole, but I wanted to point out to you that you can plug in the point and solve for b and get the same answer. I put a graph grid also over here for any one of these. Like for the first one, if the y-intercept is 0, -5, 3, 4, 5, there's the y-intercept, -5, and then the slope is 1/4. Positive 1/4 means we go up 1/4, up 1/4, or down 1 and backwards 4. There's the graph. And what did we do a few minutes ago? From the graph, we would say the slope is up 1/4, positive 1/4. The y-intercept is -5. We would say the equation of this is y equals 1/4 x minus 5. There's another way of looking at the question. We're given the y-intercept, we're given the slope, we draw the picture, we can get the equation from the picture. Now, important thing to take away from this set of exercises is this. If you're asked to find the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, and you're given the slope, and you're given the y-intercept, there's really no work to do. It's a matter of knowing what to read, how to read it, and where to place the values. The slope multiplies the x, and the y-intercept just attaches itself, just the y value, mind you, at the end. The 0 in all three cases is the x value. It's just a formal way of stating the y-intercept. Hope all of that makes sense, and that's the end of this little video.